hello, welcome back to Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. I hope you're having a good day today. Today, we are doing the final chapter, the first trial in probably a couple go-arounds of this. Last time, Edgeworth came back. I was very happy. He's going to help us on our journey to save Maya, who has been kidnapped. I think that's a good enough summary. If you're just popping in now and you haven't watched the rest of them, I don't know what to tell you. So, you're ready to get started? Let's go. Alright, here we go. March 22nd. Yes, we know. We're always in number 3, aren't we? Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? You gotta love this man. Maybe. I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. He doesn't have total himbo vibes, but it's like himbo adjacent. You know what I mean? I understand. Well, it's almost time. Mia! We must get a complete acquittal today. I know. Between Mia and Edgeworth, we're getting a lot of help. We're getting a lot of assistance today. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Yeah, that was right, I forgot about this. 1 day trial. 1 day to finish this trial? Next trial, we'll be trying to figure out, or holding whoever is kidnapping Maya? I don't remember how this works, so we'll find out together. Indeed, well, let's get going. It's him. This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how should we say, tired. I have a question. I was thinking about this. You know, she's trapped in a wine cellar. I don't think it's a good idea to drink a lot of wine, because you will get drunk and, you know, but, like, there's calories in certain, like, drinks, right? So, like, a wine or, like, a juice. Can you survive off of juice or wine, those kind of things, if you don't eat anything? I still think that she should try to drink some of that wine, just to potentially, I don't know, get calories in her body. But I don't know if this is true. I feel like it's better than nothing, you know? Don't worry. People don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Grrr. For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Oh, yeah. What is it? I feel like getting a present from a kidnapper, it's going to be like a toe or something bad. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to gracefully accept it and win today's contest if you please. I wonder if it's a piece of evidence. I don't remember. Wait. The kidnapper sent me a present. Mr. Lawyer dude? Who is that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Okay. Here we go. I have no confidence today. Because... Oh! Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? The court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungar. Are the prosecution and defense ready? Oh, prosecution isn't even there. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor. Please be quiet, bailiff. The court is in session. What? He's trying to tell you. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. And now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... Oh my god! I forgot this! Oh my god, I forgot about this! Oh my god! This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman! What? Oh, Mimi! Shot? Oh my god! I'm so stressed out. Somehow! I think this is the present that the man was talking about. Amo! It's present. Man, she come to Japan. She come to Japan. Was she raised here or not? I don't know. Whatever, doesn't matter. She comes to Japan. She's feeling all salty about various things. She tries to win against Feeny, loses 2 times. Has it in the international news, her failures 2 times. And then she freaking gets shot. This is the worst trip of her life. His present. Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. Can we go see her in the hospital? This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. Can you imagine? She's in the hospital. I feel like she wake up and she's in the hospital and she's trying to like pull the IV out and walk over here. Like, so angry. She's like, give me the bullet. I'm going to throw it at the person who shot me and I'm going to puncture them just from my throwing. I feel like she would be a horrible patient and also very angry right now. Very, very angry right now. Oh, that's good. Phew. You're... I thought he'd show up. This freaking music. Your Honor. Due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking your place. The prosecution is ready. Naturally. Oh, Edgeworth. Edgeworth. You love a good Edgeworth, you know? We're hoping that Franziska will be okay. But she will be fine. She's not going to be stopped by getting shot. But I'm glad Edgeworth is here. Oh. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder. Right shoulder? Isn't that where Papa had the bullet? This is kind of weird, isn't it? It's one of the shoulders. The daddy had it in one of his shoulders, and now, like father, like daughter, getting shot in the shoulder. You're currently undergoing surgery. Oh, yay. Would you think this will affect her whipping? Was she right-handed when she whipped? I hope it doesn't affect anything. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Madangard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. I still think Edgeworth needs to know about Maya being kidnapped in our situation. Although, with Gumshoe knowing, he probably told Edgeworth, because those two don't... Gumshoe's bad at secrets, and Gumshoe would probably tell Edgeworth, but I think it's important Feeny confide in him. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. This is so romantic, you guys. This is so romantic. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Why are you looking like that, baby? Witness, your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct for now. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right, nah. You were threatened. For now. After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. This is the second game. At the end of the game, you're getting fired. Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. That's mean! Edgeworth, that's mean. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Now, I guess that's the... This is the most inspirational and like a sweetie kind of interaction Edgeworth you're gonna get from Edgeworth, is that kind of interaction. Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. Okay. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. This is so romantic. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Girl. This friggin' game. Okay, here we go. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. Okay. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. We're gonna push it, we're gonna push it, we're gonna push that one. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Push, 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 push. It's the last two that feel the most something. I don't know what the heck is going on with the guitar case. I think somebody was in the guitar case. That's my... And I don't remember how this went, right? I think that it had to be something like that. He had the guitar case. He inadvertently brought the murderer in, or somebody brought the murderer in to the hotel room. Or maybe the murderer like broke in and then hid in the guitar case. Look, I don't know. But that doesn't work. Because the guitar case had to have been closed. Because only the top was wet. And then the tomato juice. There's a lot of questions. No answers. Lots of questions. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant went alone to their room, sir. I see, Mr. Wright, you may begin your call. Okay, let's do this. Let's push. Let's push it, push it, push it, push. Here we go. Oh god, that's right, I'm not starting on full health. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, push, push, push. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? Bad. 0 stars. We thought of that too, but... What? The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory then. Okay. And then let's push this too. What convinced you that it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at that TV studio. Huh? The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So the guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. The case had nothing to do with the case. Our first order of business should be to gather more info from his testimony. But there might be a trap set up for us somewhere. Maybe. However, setting off traps is a part of a lawyer's job too. If you say so. Of course, we're supposed to escape from them too, wouldn't you say? Okay. The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in... I said Mr., right? Before I kept saying Miss, and I don't know why. Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Sass. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. Banana. Oh, banana. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, yes. I see. His banana-scented bandana. Can you focus? Then, what about the knife? Can you imagine a real-life judge acting like this girl? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. Strangling him, he's scrounging around. Why did I say this? He's like flailing, kind of fighting, and hitting the things off the desk. Hitting the things off the desk. Jump, jump, jump. And then the killer is like, oh, he's dead. And then it's like, time for some tomato juice. Time to open that guitar case. I don't understand this. Okay. We have a crafty murderer on our hands here. I cannot figure this out. We need more information. And we need more information. Strangle with a knife, then stab. Strangled with a knife. Strangled with a scarf, then stab with a knife. Strangling seems like a pretty rough way to kill somebody. Well, maybe they all are kind of terrible, but... I don't know. It has to be somebody that would be strong enough, right? This guy is a... well, I was going to say he's a ninja, but he's kind of not. But he's an actor who does acrobatics and gymnastic sort of things in his job. So he's got to be sort of buff. Not as buff as Edgeworth, but sort of buff. It can't just be like pearl-sized human trying to do that. You know what I mean? I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? I feel like this is really Edgeworth's show and we're just living in it. It always is like that, though, Nick. Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Look like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gump, you please testify about this matter. It's good to see it. We love to see it, Nick. Yes, sir. We love to see Edgeworth back in full swing. Okay. Why arrest on guard? The button. Button, who's got the button? Matt Ungard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Gem and Ninja's button. This could easily have been planted, right? It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Ungard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. Gold knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. He bought a gold steak knife, or it looked like a butter knife, girl. Ah, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty cleanly, sir. Clearly. Gatewater is engraved. Okay, how did he buy this if Gatewater is engraved? He buy it from the freaking hotel? Also, if you're gonna stab somebody, wouldn't you pick a better knife than that? And here's this, and there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button also was covered in blood. Yes, and we know that is the blood of the victims. The blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What the? Okay, we can take care of this. We can take care of this. All of these points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? No. I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. I can't. This is so gay. You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. The tension between these two. Grr. I freaking can't handle it. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Okay. We're not gonna rush, because when I rush, I get punished. We're gonna push this one. And then maybe we will present the knife, because this is Gatewater, so what the hell. There is no way this is a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife. Sorry, pal, this isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Phoenix? Yes. There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood and a knife with Ungard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in a world of trouble. Before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. Okay, I feel like I know what it is. So, okay. I'm so scared I'm gonna get punished, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's gotta be this freaking thing. This and this, we have so much evidence. This one. Because it says freaking Gatewater. Am I missing it? The point? I just feel like this is a knife from the hotel. It went away. Okay. It seemed obvious, but sometimes in this game you just don't know. Wait a second. What? So the basis of your argument is that this was a premeditated murder. Is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand. That's right, pal. The defendant... Like, where's his receipt? What kind of knife? Did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look. This is so obvious, Joe. This is so obvious that I feel like Gumshoe should be fired just for this alone. Right? This is embarrassing. Because just looking at it does not look like a knife you would buy. It's like a set. You would buy like a set. Whatever. Anyway. You'll see what I'm talking about. Huh? It has Gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater. I think I heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Baby. The murder knife was actually the property of the hotel. Which means this murder was not premeditated. Yeah. Edgeworth was hoping you wouldn't catch that. Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... Oh. Trap? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I've missed my boy. I freaking miss my boy. This freaking character is so important and special in my heart. Like, I do love Edgeworth. I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is a hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't... Oh. You know, Gumshoe, maybe this isn't cut out. This is not what you're meant to be. You know, there's people in this world who are in jobs that's just not their calling. And I think, baby, this is not your calling. You should do other work, other kind of police work maybe, but not this, not detective, not detective. You could be a mascot maker. You could go into your artistic endeavors, but not this. Not this, Gumshoe. 31-year-old Gumshoe. Not this. You should be Edgeworth's personal bodyguard and assistant. You would be great at that. The question is, where did this knife come from? Well, why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Kurita's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. Bear's room. God, it's so I'm sorry it's so laggy, you guys. My computer cannot handle. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. I did not notice this. There is a knife and fork on the table. It had to come from what's-his-face's room. Oh, that's not good for us. Then... Where in the world does this knife come from? He was trying to set us up, man. He really did a good job at that. Edgeworth, you're so cunning. You're so smart. If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Madangard. Wah, wah. Especially what was on top of his table. He left his socks right next to his hairdryer? That's disgusting. I don't like leaving things on hotel floor. Even if it's a fancy one. It's still a hotel carpet. No. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Madangard's knife was missing. You know... Okay, hold on. You know how Feeney was like, I think it was, Adrian. I think Adrian did it. This actually is adding up more. I don't remember if she did it or not. I don't remember if she did it or not. But I don't know who else would have done it, girl. But Adrian, she was with Matt. It wouldn't be suspicious in any capacity for her to go into his room and out of his room, because they were in the same room. And when he was asleep or whatever the heck was going on, where she could knock him out, she could do all of this planting stuff and even take the knife and then later stab one with it. Wearing gloves. Yeah, something like that. When we came to the conclusion that Mr. Madangard's knife was missing. Ugh. Mr. Ungard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. But it's easy to plant because it happened after the murder, too. Also, if you stab a dead body, the blood come out? No. I mean, it will come out because we're all sort of like a meat sack. But, like, it won't come out like gong, 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 like a lot because the heart is not beating, right? Or are you just breaking a seal and it'll come out a lot anyway? I don't really know if I want to Google or look up those things, but I do not understand how these things work. With that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Freaking Edgeworth, man. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. It seems like Edgeworth had planned this from the very beginning. This must be one of his traps, and I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. He's trying to help us. Somehow, right? It feels like you're trying to help us. Evidence not yet shown? You mean evidence that the court hasn't seen yet? In other words, new evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well... Phoenix! The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out at the sound of our defeat. Mr. Wright, you have something important and necessary to present to this court. Okay, I saved, so if we take damage, it's fine. I think we have to present something. So I think I'm gonna go with the wine glass, but I don't know. It's fine. I saved right there. So if we try a couple things and nothing works, then I guess we can go back. But it's got to be something. There's one. Because Edgeworth gave us this chance on purpose. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one last chance, and only one. What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. Oh my god! No pressure, but all of your health is on the line. He was not joking when he said one chance. Okay. It has to be this. It has to be this. Because what else can it possibly be that's relevant? If everything is pit-pat done, we understand, then how do you explain the wine glass? So we're gonna... It went away. It went away. Okay. Whew. This is a wine glass, is it not? Is this a wine glass? I don't know alcohol, but that does not look like a wine glass to me. Please look at this photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were, at one point, sitting on top of the dresser. Well, yes, I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. I think I know. I think I know. Okay, Adrian, kill, or whatever, who cares? It doesn't really matter. Dead, body is dead, not yet stabbed. Adrian's like, cool, I'm going over? To go over. But, okay, she goes over, she gets the thing, maybe, I don't know why she'd pour or take tomato juice. Maybe she was doing something as she's stabbing him, and she's maybe moving some stuff around. I don't know what, it doesn't really matter. And then she hears somebody coming, and she goes, oh crap. And then she hides in the guitar case, closing it back up again, right? And then the person's like, oh my god, I have to call the police. I don't know, whatever, right? And then when she hears them leave, she bails, and she doesn't have time. So that's why the guitar case is open, because she was hiding in it and then had to leave quick. And maybe that's why she was gonna put... Or maybe she, you know what, maybe she was going to pour more blood or something. I don't know. Why would it matter though? Because when forensics gets there, they're gonna know it's freaking tomato juice. I don't know. Something like that though, man. This this glass that is sitting on the top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. You proud of me? Well, what do you all have to say? I still think we're safe. It's a good point. Well, yes, it's a little peculiar. Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Feedy could make a good puppy dog face, I think. Mr. Edgeworth. What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass. What? Yeah, how do you explain this? It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. Are we gonna eventually cross-examine her? They didn't mention her, but I feel like we would, right? That's kind of how this thing goes, right? The last person we cross-examine usually is the killer, and then we out them on stage, sort of feeling. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright. Wouldn't her fingerprints show up on it? Right? Or... Could Miss... I'm gonna say there's no way. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. Oh. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. I hope this is okay. They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup down on the table. You've turned the situation on its head again, as usual. The Gyaktens. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. I feel like he is. I feel like he does. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. You knew! You knew my boy was not gonna just be floundering around. That's the beauty between the way they go about, like, the not even their personal life, but their, like, the way they do their job, the way they move through this world is so different, and that's why it's so beautiful for them to come together anyway. Okay. What? It's so good. You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Do you think this wine glass escaped my notice? No, because you gave that to me. You gave it to me on a little platter, even though I was ready to give up. Then, of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. The fingerprints. There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. What? That is why I said the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? Grr, I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went in to see Mr. Carita. Listen, I don't know, people react differently, but I feel like if you see a dead body, you're not going to be like, oh my goodness, hold on, let me put this, oh my goodness, Girl, you're going to be dropping that and screaming and maybe throwing up. Like, this reaction is so like, oh, girl, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe people are more chill seeing dead bodies. But as a manager of entertainment, she's not used to this. It's not like she works in a hospital or something. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down in the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Now do you see, Mr. Wright? Or just right. You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. Grr. There's a lot of grrring in this. I wonder what it was in Japanese. It's very cute. I like it. I thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Your freaking ham hands. Edgeworth has the biggest ham hands. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Whoa. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness. We would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff. We know who it is. It's freaking Old Bag. She said she was going to be here, right? Please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? He's trying to help us. He's trying to help us. He's such a good boy. Oh. Now then, witness. Please state your name and occupation. Witness! Your name and occupation, please. Ugh. Heh, gotcha. Grr. See, there's so many grrs. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. This is what I live for. Oh, Edgy boy. Well, it's been like a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand? I tell you, this time, I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm going to tell you everything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime. She just want to talk to Edgeworth. Relatable. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know. Oof. Shh. I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Edgy Wedgie. Edgy Wedgie. Edgy Wedgie. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Ahem. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel of the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dear Yvonne. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. I am convinced I will be her. When I become an old bag, I will turn into Old Bag. I think so. I'm okay with that. You mean you're a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. Oh, they're the same age, though, They're the same age, though, I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Carita. He does look older, though. Maybe she just liked that kind of look. A more mature-looking boy? Just, whatever. But those two were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Oh, Edgy Poo. I forgot Edgy Poo. Edgy Poo. Edgy Wedgy Edgy Poo. This woman, like, you can wear whatever you want, right? Like, live your life. However, she wear the red nail, the red lip. She's putting makeup on. Girl, you forgot your eyes. You forgot your eyes. You need at least an eyelash or something. Eyeliner. Girl, you would look so much better, I think. I mean, do what you want. Live your life. If you like the way you look, that's fine. But I'm just saying, it would help. Just brighten those eyes up. You look good when you're like in your fangirl mode. You know why? Because you got eyelashes in that. In that Sprite, you got eyelashes. Anyway. After the ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in front of his room. Okay. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know? We can push this. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. Push, push. It was on guard, man on guard. He's trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room? Ay. Alright. Let's start with the things I said earlier, and then we'll get to that heaviness at the end. So Mr. On Guard came out of the victim's room. See? It had to be him. He's the murderer. Edgeworth isn't satisfied. Edgeworth isn't satisfied with this. But he's trying to be a good boy and help us, so, you know. Okay, yes, we'll do it. Let's start with, what I had said. This. Something you were interested in, and just what was that? It's not some little thing I could just go around telling everyone, you know? See? When she has eyelashes in, she looks good. She looks good. She looks good. A little, like, a color in her cheekies, little cheeks. She looks good like this. I'm just saying she could look like this all the time. The blue eyeshadow, she doesn't have that normally. She looked good. Okay, that's top secret between me and Juan. Ah, and Ejipu, of course. Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Yeah, that makes sense. Gossip! I know! Pick me! But, should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended in our testimony later. Maybe we don't care right now. Okay. Alright. It looks like we should enforce it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of... Okay. We do have bigger fish to fry, huh? Okay. Let's do this. I want descriptions of the man. Like, was it the freaking Nikola samurai that came out? Or was it actually one? Or, not one, Matt. Because we know he had the Nikola samurai costume in his room. Adrian could have easily worn it. Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room. It was... He was... Girl! Yes, he was. Ah, I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud. This freaking woman is so funny to me. You gotta love her. You gotta love her. She's like Franzy. It's like, you have to love her. It's inexcusable not to. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right about now. Well, I guess I can tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway. Okay, well, that did nothing, but it was funny, and I liked it. So, you saw my client? Are you sure about that? Yes, yesy? Who says this? Really? Annoying brat. When I say someone, I saw that person. Well, you said that last time. You said a lot of things last time. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Face? I feel like we need all of those, but okay. Please tell us about the court about the man's face in more detail. You don't need me to tell you about his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes and the effeminate lips. His right eye covered by his silky hair, his sparkling, shining teeth. His teeth were shining. Well, he's shining all around this week's pinup poster, dearie. This week's pinup? Why not, girl? Why not? Why not, Feeny? It aligns with her fangirl chaotic energy. Of course she's gonna have all the pinups. I wonder what her husband feels, though. She wears a wedding ring. Huh? Is he like that too? But just with his own interest? They're a couple that gets together, but they have their passions for celebrity people? That feels sort of strange, but I'm sure that happens in real life too. I don't care how he looks this week's issue. Please stay with what you saw that day. What? Ungar's face is the same no matter where it is, you know? You whippersnapper? But he didn't stab him, so we can't say like, well, with their blood or something like that. This was not a good one to pick. I should have picked clothes. Oh well. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Yeah, it was important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Ah! Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. You don't really have to put it that way to get me to say. Mr. Wright, is there something much more valuable than a person's pride? And that is time. Please don't waste this court's precious time with worthless questions. Yes, Your Honor. I just wasted his good favor. She may remember things are mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. That's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? Yeah, but that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? Yes, 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 Mia understands. That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Okay, hold on. I know what to do. We're gonna go back to where we were. Okay, please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really. As if something like that matters. But it does. No, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? The gaudy thing he said he was wearing, that racing jacket. It can't have been. It has to be the freaking Nikola samurai, right? And he was found, the button was found in his hakama pants. So you're telling me he wore a racing jacket and hakama pants? That sounds like an outfit I would like to wear, but I don't think that's what he was wearing. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center, too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men! Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Yes! It was very important. We finally got it right. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony... Don't you see it? Okay, good. I was like, if it plays out the same way, I'm gonna lose it. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Hakama pants. Hakama pants. Your Honor, I request that what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please. Oh well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. Okay, here's the real question, girl. Okay, I don't want to risk it because I don't have full health. We're gonna press first and then we're gonna percent. Just to be safe, are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. It's the problem too is like, I mean technically he could wear the hakama pants. It's just very probably not gonna happen. She's so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption. Okay. We should have just gone with it. I get so nervous sometimes. Okay. Let's just present. Let's present the button. I knew that had to be right. Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? Ah! It's button number 2 on Gem and Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. Or a really creepy fan. This button was discovered in Mr. Ungar's body during a full body search. See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of doubt it was that rascal Ungar. It was caught up in the pleats of his Nikola samurai hakama pants. See? See? Ungar is the Nikola samurai. Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But, just now, didn't you say the defendant, Matt Ungard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, but instead I have to put up with wearing this ridiculous-looking outfit, you'd agree this outfit is hideous, right? It's got a tape recorder stuck to my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy. So heavy, I wish I would just succeed these ages ago, but I keep dreaming my life for all the kids out there who work on smile on my face. Don't you understand? Now take a look at the mirror. Your clothes are about as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should take a tip from a 10 edgy poo. I liked that rant. That rant was a good one. It was a fashion-related rant. And it's true, edgy does look better. Edgy does look better. When you can choose between a tie and a cravat, you always pick the cravat. Now, hold your tongue still there for a second. So what you actually saw was not Mr. Ungard the man, but Mr. Ungard the Nikola samurai. But when you think about it, well, the front and the back are the same. They're really one and the same anyway. Of her little tape recorder thing. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. He doesn't want to give in. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Who I saw. Alright, good. Ungard. Yes, now I remember. The Nikola samurai, that's right. It was the Nikola samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nikola samurai costume. Oh, before Bop and John. I think that's John. Juan. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Ah, youngins today, I told you there is no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. Girl, at least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may now cross-examine. Okay. Let's see. I don't really know what to push here, aside from I want to get some kind of he was wearing the helmet, right? Kind of thing. Because then we can really drive home the fact that, you know. But I don't really know what to push here. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not long ago. Let me ask you this. When you were a itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be a judge. I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of public's court. So what? See? And look where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. This woman is out of control, girl. This woman is out of control. Since when did the court become a theatrics over testimonies? Oh my god. Okay, well this is a waste of time. All that matters was a man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? I got an achievement, Judge Wagner. That's hilarious. Well, alright. There's a contradiction in her testimony sitting in plain sight. It's the stabbing thing, right? The question is what that contradiction means for us. That means we have to present something, right? I had to look it up. I didn't know. Gloves! He's wearing gloves. He's wearing gloves. So, the costume has gloves. So if there were gloves... I still think, though, like... You could... Well, but he could have eaten the steak and done all of that with the costume on. I can't imagine wanting to eat in that kind of costume. Wanting to spill anything on there would be really hard to get out, but whatever, right? It's gotta be this. Right? Please take a look at this. Yeah? So it's a knife? Big deal? If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Edgeworth knows where we're going. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I am driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? We're driving Edgeworth's car. If Mr. Ungard was really in the Nikola costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints off on this knife right off. Yeah. Oh, that's right. The Nikola wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. Why? And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there's one possibility. Let's hear your possibility! The tension! The tension! It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in the costume as a Nikola Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But then there would be other prints at the scene, baby. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? Why would he go there if they didn't like each other? But I don't know what the contradiction is. He could have, you know? I think there's no problems. I hope there's no problems. I can't really see any problems with his theory. Okay, there is a problem. There is a problem. I thought Franzy would continue on with his thought process, but he didn't, so that means there's a problem. It has to be, why would they hang out if they hate each other? If you let Edgeworth's theory stand, then we're the one very large step closer to a guilty verdict. Okay. What else could have been? Nikola Samurai to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. He wouldn't have time? He wouldn't have had time to hang out with what's-his-face? We don't know what that was gonna be, though, you know? Okay, hold on. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. It does. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Engard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone into the victim's room without intent. Oh, because of the knife, right? Because of the knife. How did the knife get there? I think so. Yes. This knife! This was used by Mr. Engard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. Edgeworth can easily say, though, he went back later. He choked him out, and then was like, okay, I want to have this look like something else. And then he went back to his room, and then stabbed him. You know what I mean? I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. You're really cute and I love you. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on this knife. Oh yeah, Nick. A little fabric comes off. Which means the defendant's fingerprint shouldn't be all over it like the bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. I think so. Yeah. Order, I say! Order the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame Matt. It's to frame my client, Mr. Engard, of course. Why is the red blinkies not going away? Oh, it went away. Trying to freak me out. To frame? Aren't you forcing the interpretation on a little too hard on this one? No! But we just established the witness saw the Nikola Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Grr. Witness! Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Ichipu? You know, for loving Edgeworth so much, you really make it hard for him. Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nikola Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Engard with the Nikola Samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nikola Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nikola Samurai. Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then? I know. The gossip. That's the same reason that Lotta was. I bet she wanted to see if Juan was with Adrian, right? That's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Kurita, am I correct, witness? Ha, ha, ha. The way you think, you are a sad amateur with terrible case of nearsightedness. Am amateur. Me? What am I an amateur of? So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room, but it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Kurita. Maybe Phoenix. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person. I know who it is. It's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag. You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Profiles. She's on the other page. Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Unguard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... Oh, well, this is... I see. It just seems to be really into the article. If it can be called such a thing. I don't think so. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's... Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole swarm to confidentiality stuff then. Witness? What in the world are you... Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I've got some information. Some very secret information from a very certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about the secret information. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you youngins. Well, I'm sure we're all capable of handling this, really. It's not like we're 10 years old. Okay. Secret information. That Unguard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that. Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Never heard of that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter, and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes. Okay, be careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right, Unguard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Who says that? Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Wow, Feeny, you're really feeling something today, aren't you? Okay. Okay. He sent his own manager to get close to Juan. I cannot condone it. Wait, hold on. You don't have any proof that Mr. Unguard did such a thing. You must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right. You're right, I can't do anything. But boy, do I wish I could do something about you. Show me what you got. Can you prove? Here. Okay, this is what I was actually hoping. Can you show me proof that Unguard didn't bear any ill will towards Juan? Yeah. I'm not going to let you push me around that easily. Heh! There's many a man who've said those exact words and paid dearly for them. Okay. Okay, maybe you should brace yourself for this time. Here's my proof that Mr. Unguard did not hold any ill will towards my victim. Towards the victim. Do we bring up the Celeste stuff now? I don't know what else to bring up, but I feel like it has to be this stuff, right? It's not it. What are you handing? Oh, no, it is it! It is it! She said, I thought she was like, oh, is that it? I don't want to deal with this and I would get punished, but it wasn't. What are you handing it over to me for? So you can give that jagged-headed baboon boy a message from me, please. Tell him that no matter what he does, the only thing he's good at is failing. Wow. Mean. What she said, right? Or should I say, baboon boy? I did get punished! Dang it! I agree, this is so much of a piece of evidence. Baboon boy! They're all calling me this. Did I just get a new nickname here? And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You've just given me a free pass to say whatever I want, silly boy. You have a big mouth. What the hell is it then? So, okay, here's the thing. When I push anything, she's gonna ask me, do you have the proof and all of that stuff. So I have to figure out where. Where? What do you mean by took action? Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson. Something you youngins need. You were going to teach her a good lesson? You were going to kidnap her? I was going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray. Okay, never mind. Like this. No, stop! Well, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night. No! It's this! I was jumping the gun. Because we're gonna get to the other stuff, but it's that nobody else but you and me knows yet. That's not true, because Leite was there. Leite! And we have proof of this, too. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know the secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yeah, that's it. She's so obvious. It's a secret! Even if you drilled a hole in my brain, you'd never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Press further. If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got this secret information... Feeny, don't say that! You all get to go home today! Edgy Poo, what are you doing to help me? Why do I have to do with this? Just do this for me. You'll get your reward. I don't want your reward, but you don't leave me much of a choice. The witness could have gotten their information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's head. He lectures me on reckless blabbering. As long as we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning. Where did Olbag get her inside information? There has to be something I can use to figure it out. It's freaking Leite, right? So no one else is supposed to know the secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Olbag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Leite? It's Leite? It's Leite. Oh. You call that proof? It looks more like proof of spite towards the witness. If you have nothing to back up your claims, then they are no more valid than gossip. We need hard proof that she found from Leite? Okay, I saved because I was scared. It has to be something with Leite. It has to be something with Leite. And Leite said that she lost her stuff, the note and all that, and it could have been Olbag, right? So I still feel like, is this solid enough proof? I don't know, but I guess it's better than presenting her profile, so let's give this a go. I think we're good, I think we're good, I think we're good. Okay, oh yeah. The investigative photographer Leite Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing. On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless. Ah, that's it. That's the note. Way to like out yourself as thieving and stealing. Ah, No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Yeah. Does she have the camera too? Are you the one that took Miss Hart's note? I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said so herself. On guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Pooh, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help you like the angel that I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. I don't believe you. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just once. It looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? Pile on more pressure. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it! Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Yeah. Oh god! It's all 3 of my remaining health. Miss Oldbag. I don't believe the note is the only thing you stole that night. It's the camera, yo, right? Stole Lotta's camera. Miss Oldbag. Oh my god, it's still blinking. That note was with a camera, and inside its case, wasn't it? It's gone. Okay. A camera! Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie, $1,600 camera disappeared on me. Why, witness? What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera, too. Grr. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I still eat meals like you, I still fall in love, and borrow things from people. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard, it's my business to know these things. Girl. She just wanted the hot gossip. She wanted the tea. She did not care about anything else. Bailiff, check this camera's photos, hurry. We must examine them at once. Yeah, what is going to be on this camera? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. Okay, the mask is on the person. The mask is on the person. And I know the hakama pants are long. And I complained about this last time. In the last game. However, these pants don't look like they fit. Right? It has to be that. It wasn't that last time. So, this is the Nikola Samurai. See, I told you. It's the guy I saw. This proves the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. Okay. What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is a defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Hungar clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nikola Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nikola Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree this photo is decisive evidence against your client? No. If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I will have to put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's something strange with it. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there is something strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. I want to save really fast, just to be safe. Just to be safe. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, right? I only have 3 health anyway. Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts? Now then, let's hear your objection. I literally only have the pants, girl. I only have the pants. So... Oh, it was right! For once, my pants theory pays off. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? Hold on, before they get to it. So you can see the feet. Because how come pants shouldn't be so long? No pants should be that long. The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. Ungard. What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. If they need more proof, I already know to present that photo, so I'm ready. Let's take a look at this Nikola Samurai poster. Oh, he'll do it for me. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. His socks. His tabby. You can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, no socks. The Nikola Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There is only one explanation for this. The person inside his costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Yeah. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself as he's the only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack. Then, I haven't damaged his case at all. Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not mad on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this. What? Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not mad on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing the Nikola Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm? Okay, who is the person? It has to be Adrian. I mean, the game gave that to you at the beginning of this chapter, this VOD that we just did together. Right? It has to be her. That's right. Adrian Andrews. If you want to know who that Nikola Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ungard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ungard that night. How does that all add up? It means that it makes very easy for her to get into a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Ungard's fingerprints all over it. That knife was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, right? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves into indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Carita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict that cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day. Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya. Now then, shall we set Mrs. Andrews' testimony for tomorrow? What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. I'll raise a objection. Now then. Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. Why can't we at least say that Matt is fine, you know? We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she is not... I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth? He knows. He knows. He knows what's going on. He knows. Gumshoe told him. Gumshoe told him. I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. Tisk, tisk. Unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. What do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? Good old Edgeworth, man. What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She's the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man. Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Okay. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Edgeworth is a good boy. He's helping us. I hope we talk to him in this next part. I'm very excited. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I always enjoy playing this game. It's always a good time. Edgeworth is such a good boy. He's helping us get through. Helping us with Maya. Even though I don't think Feeny fully understands that right now. That's totally what's going on. So, until I see you what I always do next, remember to be kind to others, especially yourself. Take care and I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye!